Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, 4 crazy rescue dogs, and a rescue cat who likes to craft in their spare time. And if you are new here, please hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you are a returning friend, you already know the crazy you're in for, so grab your drink, sit down back, and let's have at it. I'm going to apologize, first of all. Once again, Kelly is running a fever and is losing her voice. Welcome to my life. I went to the dermatologist Friday morning. I am now on multiple lotions, potions, and whatnot, but it already seems to be really working. Except for I'm running a fever, I'm losing my voice, and I'm really congested, and I'm exhausted. Update on my ex-husband. So he is now completely off the ventilator and the trach. We did have a small setback. It's not uncommon when you're on a ventilator and you're not moving, like you're going to get congested, right? So that mucus in his lungs had formed a plug, and they had to go in and remove it. So we have done that. We've done the pulmonary embolism. We got those cleared. Everything is looking better. We are medically stable. So it looks like tomorrow they will transport him from downtown Detroit up to the hospital up here for more long-term care. That will cut off so much time on the road. For those of you who don't know, I live in Metro Detroit. I'm just north of actual Detroit. And we have been hit by that snowstorm. And so yesterday we went down to Detroit. It took what should have taken us about 40 minutes. Normally took us about an hour and a half. It was crazy. It was actually rather dangerous. And had it not been, if it had just been Bella and I actually would have turned around and gone back home. But it was the first time William had finally said, okay, let's go see Dad. And seemed to, so I really wanted to make that happen, right? And so we played games and we did our thing and, laughed. And I think he's feeling better about it. I think, look, at the end of the day, it is, it's a lot to take in. If that is not something you were prepared for or used to, and I don't know that you could ever get used to seeing a parent or a loved one on complete life support and not able to talk to you. Like, absolutely don't. At the end of the day, I understand how he's feeling. And I'm trying to be very respectful and mindful of that. At the same time, sort of pushing him because we don't know. We don't know what the prognosis, again, we're dealing with somebody who was down and in cardiac arrest for 16 minutes the first time and 10 minutes the last time. We may be just, this may be the best we get where, although we are seeing him more and more responsive to our voices, different commands. I don't know if I told you guys, like the other day, the nurse was in there and she's like, his blood pressure was kind of going low. And so they needed him to sort of not be sleeping. Not that he's like, kudos to them for being able to tell the difference because sometimes I can't. I'm just being really blunt. And so she says, I'm going to pinch your toes. And, he's diabetic and he's lost a couple toes already. So, he's not going to feel his toes, being pinched. He didn't care. And then she goes, well, I'm going to pinch your thigh. And she no sooner got from the foot of the bed to around the side, and he had moved his entire leg. Like, oh, no, you're not. So we know we're getting more and more responsiveness. We're getting more and more of the eyes open and things like that, and the trying to talk. So, but how much he's going to be able to recover, we don't know. And it's anybody's guess at this point. It's kind of a miracle that he's even here. So, I want the kids to still have good memories, like even now. So we take card games. The nurses laugh at us. And hang on one second. So, we're doing what we can. At the end of the day, we're doing what we can. Clearly, I'm exhausted. I'm still taking care of Kay. The situation with Kat's house and Lauren moving in there, that has deteriorated to the point that we have asked Lauren to leave. And I've run the gamut of feeling guilty. At the end of the day, we have done everything we can, and it came down to Lauren's not ready, and I think that's the best way to put it. Kevin reached out about, hey, let's get together for lunch to talk about this situation with my mom and what else you need in order to kind of move forward. And she took it that he was hitting on her and was asking her out on a date. I was like, I've seen the text. There is no way to and just so Lauren will be moving out this weekend. So there's that. I think this Saturday is Stitchy Club down in Detroit, so that'll be nice. Bean and I are planning on going to that. I got some DMC. I have not checked my mailbox. It is so cold here, and we have so much snow that I have not checked the mailbox yet. So I need to do that because I know I'm expecting a couple things. So So still at a point where stitching time is very limited, and so I apologize. WIPGO numbers. So for my WIPGO for January, I still have to work on the quilt project because I don't think just dragging it out here and looking at the box and making sure I have all my fabric that I need counts as working on it. I don't think that is. Although February's just got called. February I have try a new store. So I do have one in mind. I can't take William with me because I can't afford that. And then stitch on something that makes me happy. Most of the things I stitch on do make me happy because otherwise why would I bother? But it may be, it may be one that maybe I should pull out Jeep Van Gogh and just work on something that's just for me. We'll see. February is usually a rough month for me, especially right around Valentine's Day. So, on another note, though, I met with the attorney that I do of counsel for, and we went back and forth with some things, and I have accepted an offer from him that I still get to keep KG law. So there are some cases that he doesn't do bankruptcy, he doesn't do family law at all. But he does get calls where sometimes he needs those, right? He doesn't do immigration, although I don't really want to do. He doesn't do criminal. So I could keep doing those things under the KG law, but I could have my office in his bigger office space, so I could eliminate my office rent. And I will be heading up and growing his probate division. So ironically, in law school, I put off taking, we call it stiffs and gifts. I know, whatever. Decedents, estates, and get in trust. I put it off till my last semester because I didn't think I would enjoy it. but it's bar tested. It's always bar tested here in Michigan. Plus, it's on the multi-state. And so I took it, and I actually really enjoyed it. And so I do some now with KG Law. Um, and he also handles a lot of property, real estate. He's like the go-to guy for real estate law in Michigan. So I will be doing that, and I am super, super excited. It means some changes. What is nice is that they're very family oriented, and family is very important to me, obviously. And so I can work remotely on those days that I need to work remotely. I can work in the office on those days that I want to work in the office. I will have my own support staff. I already have a paralegal that I share with one other attorney. We'll be looking at hiring another paralegal. And I have a secretary. So that is so bizarre to me. And we are still working out how much, like if I wanted to train my paralegal that's assigned to me to also do like some of the KG Law stuff, what I would be paying, well, I would pay him for to then count in her out, like her hours or his hours. So it's a lot. There's a lot going on, y'all. There's a lot going on, and I don't profess to be able to keep up with any of it. There are some, yeah. So that said, so we're gonna go ahead with. So I have some DMC floss. That's not exciting. I'm not, but it's to start the country cottage needlework. I don't know. My table's a little overwhelming right now. Oh, an update on Jeeps. We are still working away on our Jeeps. We are still stuck at 48. This makes me sad. We need to finish soon. Okay. First, my needle point. Ironically, at the rate I'm going, well, these are taking forever. They're like, I don't know what I was thinking. They go diagonal, and then like, so they look like cement bricks. So I came down here and I started doing the red bricks down here. So I'm working away on that. Who knows? What I really like, honestly, is a household chore Jeep to be done. Let's see. This is my project that I usually take on the go, which is weird because it takes a lot of effort. So I don't get a whole lot of stitching on it, but it's the Heat Miser. I would like to say that this will be done soon. I don't think it will be. So I'm not going to say that. Oh, so my DMC floss goes to the... Hang on. Here's my calendar. If you only knew. Okay, so... yes, Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm doing the Beach Boardwalk series for the summer. So I wouldn't pull the DMCs for these. And I also pulled DMC for this. I am not stitching this on black. Ain't no way. Nope. Ain't gonna happen. Hang on. Let me figure out why she's barking it and driving me nuts. Okay. So I'm not going to be stitching this on black. I'm actually thinking the same fabric that I'm doing 13 folds. I'll have enough to throw that on there. So it'll be like I don't even know what color you would call that. But, so I did I think I need 3 more DMCs total. So we'll get going on those. Whatever. I'm going to stitch the boardwalk on a piece of self-dyed 18 count Aida. See, oh, I lied. I'm just going to show you my DMC. So there's that. I know. Look, we don't judge on this show for a lot of things. And one of them is my ADHD. I have worked on Moroccan lanterns. I have this lantern. Look, I am so close to having this lantern done. I even have the little bobble down here done. It would be really cool. I'd love to tell you that I'm going to have this done when I see you next. I don't know. We could place bets. Okay. So I showed you that. I did not work on that. I didn't work on my secret stitch project, and I didn't work on that. Oh, I know why. Because this. So now you'll see the fabric. I know I will have enough. This is 13 Folds by Carolyn Designs. She's on Etsy. I know I'm going to have enough of this to do the little hot cocoa mug. So I have been working away on this stripe. I'm now on row 6 out of 9. So, so yeah, so that's all of my stitching. That's all of my plans. So I'm gonna let you go. I don't feel, like I said, I'm running a fever. I'm exhausted. Lots of good news. Honestly, lots of great news. So remember, you are smart, and you are beautiful. You are strong, and you are loved. You are needed, and you are wanted, and mostly, you matter. So with that, I will let you go, and I will talk to you next week. Bye, y'all.